What's going on, everybody? Welcome to DY Golf, where you get tips, tricks, drills, and strategies to help your golf game and further your journey with the game of golf. My name is Danny, an aspiring professional golfer who also has a day job, so I will most likely be struggling through this golf journey with you. I'll be doing the drills that we recommend. I'll be talking through a lot of the strategies that I use, some that I discover, going through tips and tricks, like I mentioned, to help, honestly, both of our golf games. So you'll get to see, hopefully, a significant transformation here in the next 6, 12 to 18 months. I'm currently a scratch golfer, so the transformation won't be drastic, but it should be notable if you keep watching and stay tuned to the channel. With that in mind, if you have not done so, which you probably haven't since this is video number 1, hit that subscribe and notification bell down below. I'm going to try and post weekly videos. If I get lucky, I'll post 2 in a week. A combination of course vlog, voiceover, and tips and tricks and strategizing videos, going over some of the things that I do on the practice range. And also, if you haven't done so, follow me on Instagram. I started on there about a week and a half ago. Roughly 500 followers already. Not crazy, but definitely something significant. So hoping to grow both of those to give you guys a wide swath of value and a wide swath of mediums to choose from whenever you do see fit. So today we're going to be playing Springfield Golf Club. If there was a course that I call my home course, it would probably be this one. It is not what is right behind me. This is an unknown golf course in Canada. I mean, I can look at what it is, but I just loved the scenery. So I plopped my chair behind the 18th green, flew up to Canada just to film this for you guys. So without further ado, let's hop down to Springfield and run through the front 9 at Springfield and see how it goes, and I'll talk through some of the things that are going through my mind. Okay, guys, welcome to Springfield Golf Course in Fort Mill, South Carolina. This is the first hole, short par 4, pretty easy, pretty benign tee shot, honestly. The fairway, you can kind of see slopes towards itself. And one thing I really want you guys to focus on this round for me is working the ball both directions. Didn't hit this one particularly well, hit it a little bit thin, so it kind of had that fanny fade to it. But I'm really trying to work the ball a little bit better, right to left and left to right, to give myself a little bit easier access to some of these. Obviously, here's a wedge. I won't do it with a wedge, but I really want you to focus on that, and I'll kind of point out a few of the shots that I did that particularly well and some that I did not do it so well. This wedge here just didn't spin. I hit it a little long, and you'll kind of see on the next putt is really slippery. But I really like this golf course. The setup is really nice. It's not very hard. I did play it from the back tees. I think it plays about 6,800, 6,900 from the back tees. You'll see there's not a lot of long par 4s as this putt races by the hole. This putt was really fast, and I'll touch on this at the very end of the round, but I really struggled with my speed on the greens. Granted, when I really had to focus and make putts like this, I did, but I struggled with my speed on the greens, and then my chip shots, I was leaving them short. The few that I did have was kind of disappointing. It's typically a good part of my game. But definitely on this hole, same thing as last hole, trying to hit a little butter fade, and ended up great, fine. It was a little bit of a push. But this next shot's hilarious. I'll let my reaction tell the tale here. And it's up.
Be right. Be the good number. Be the number. Go in. Oh! I think I lipped it out. You never know.
Oh, man. Yeah, I almost hold it. It rolled right by the hole. I thought it lipped out or it may hit the pin and go in, but rolled right by the hole. Obviously had no spin. But here's another one. I rolled it way, way by the hole, and this is something I'm going to touch on in a video soon. That ball never stopped. It ended up finally stopping. It trickled to where it was there. But I'm going to touch on this in another video soon, is just putting. And this is one, this is a shot where I really shaped it, I thought, pretty well, but it just kept going. Pounded a driver. I blistered that thing. It just went a little too far to the right. And if you follow me on Instagram, which I suggest that you do, I put this shot in particular was on Instagram on like how to hit a draw. So this was the first ball I had to move from right to left. And you can really see like my follow through really got through that ball well, hit it pretty well. But this is where the anger starts, and this is something I want to touch on. So if you guys hit a putt like this, where you mishit it, you can see me cross my legs and just kind of look towards the woods in astonishment. That carried over to this putt, and so I hit a really poor putt here and ended up 3-putting for par. You can see the club was putter and anger. And I want you to watch the next hole with that 3-putt in mind. So This was the worst swing, or tied for the worst swing I had all day. I had 2 bad swings. This was one of them. This was a thin toe pull 8-iron that was supposed to be a draw, but 8-irons go a lot higher than that. So that one went long and left, and I was still angry. Filtered over into this poor chip. Couldn't get the chip shot to the hole. And then you can probably guess what happened with the putt. This is something I'm working on, is flushing the bad shots and just moving forward with my round. So it's just putter and more anger. I was just not a happy camper, and I kind of let it. I let it filter into the next hole. So I really took some time before my next tee shot to filter out those 2 bad greens experiences and not let it filter over. I hate this hole. It's not my favorite hole, but it was a great swing. Didn't really try to do too much with that one. I noticed I was working the ball right to left, left to right, up and down. Didn't do a ton there. Just kind of hit a stock 4-iron. And then I had the wrong club here. Probably should have hit a little 9-iron. But one thing I want you to notice is see how much fairway's in front of me. And I'm going to be talking about a lot of this stuff in a lot of videos going forward. I could have hit a lot more club off the tee. That first hole, I could have hit more than a 3-iron. Could hit 2-iron or 3-wood. That hole right there, probably could have hit 2-iron or 3-wood and tried to blast it down to the end of the fairway. But there's no real point. The risk reward wasn't there. And that speed right there was a little better. Line was off from that putt. But the risk reward wasn't there. And that's something that, I know I keep saying I'm working on some stuff. I'm really trying to take my game and step it up a notch. And these are a couple of things, like just my prowess around the greens, which typically is great. I struggle a little bit. Working the ball both directions, and then club selection off the tee, like par 5, I'm hitting a 2-iron. Because I know if I hit a perfect stinger, which I did there, which felt so good. I love hitting that little stinger. And that was actually a little high. I usually hit a little lower. But into my best swing of the day. And I think this is my best swing of the day, set up by that really good tee shot selection. I felt so comfortable. I said, look, if I hit this great, I get it on the front. If I don't, who cares? I just chip in a putt. This is 251 with a 3-iron, and I absolutely sauced this 3-iron. I mean, granted, it ended up just on the left edge of the green, but who cares? It was still a great shot. It set up a really rather easy 2-putt. It's pretty flat on the front of the green. There's not a lot of undulation one way or the other. But that course management set up by that tee shot and then an intelligent shot into the green, either missing in the right spot or setting up a much more comfortable shot for me. And that's one thing I really want to work on. I think that'll help lower my scores as I tap in for birdie and move back to even par. But when you get to the end of the round, you'll see I left a lot of shots on the course. I mean, the 3-putt on the par 5, the poor pitch and putt on the par 3, and one bad wedge shot. That first hole is not a great wedge shot. This is actually funny. Pause the video right now. Well, don't pause it right now because that would be kind of dumb, but there is a cross-country team coming at me, and I do apologize. My phone ran out of memory for some reason. I don't know how that happened. Apparently I had a shitload of podcasts downloaded that I had to delete and freed up a bunch of memory. But this is a pretty good little chip shot I hit here. Went up and elevated and then, tapped in for the par. And this one was probably my second best swing of the day, a big high cut 6-iron. And this is one of those, this is a really hard par 3. And to make this pin accessible, you've got to hit something high and cut. And I did just that. This is one of those, if I did not have that shot in the bag, I would have had to hit at the middle of the green and left myself a long putt because this pin was tucked way back right. And if I didn't have that high cut in my bag, I wouldn't have been able to even go near it, and it would have been a much tougher 2-putt. I thought, that would have been, I had a chance to make that putt, but, another tap in par, not mad about that. This is another draw off the tee. In this, I crushed this 2-iron, and I really got lucky because you can see it started left, going left, and you can see those trees down at the end. It landed in between. That one tree is almost in the fairway, and it skipped all the way down to here, and I had like a flip wedge in, which I hit horrendously. Didn't take the hill into consideration. Left it a little bit short, not like really, really bad short, but did leave it short of the green. And you'll see on this pitch shot, again, this is like, I should make this 1 out of 10 times, and I didn't even come close. I left it short again. So that was the third pitch shot that I left short. Not great. I'm not super happy about the way I pitched and putted, as I'll talk about in a second, but it could have been worse. I could have missed this putt. I could have really putted bad inside of 5 feet, but I putted fine inside of 5 feet. Ended up even par.
not terribly pissed, but not terribly excited about the round, and into a little recap.
All right, I appreciate you guys finishing the end of the video. Golf quasi in the dark there at the very end. Played okay. Hit the ball pretty well, honestly, with the exception of, that 9-iron on the my second shot on 7 didn't hit great. I putted and chipped pretty poorly, particularly putted. I mean, now thinking back, I didn't chip very well either. Left a lot of chips short. I really couldn't get the chips to the hole. And then the beginning of the round, I was putting it 6 feet by. Granted, I had some really slippery putts down the hill, so definitely looking to improve a little bit there on my speed. It is a somewhat new putter, even though I'm familiar with it already. But again, I appreciate you guys watching. Gonna work on a couple things here. Gonna try to do these every week, maybe every other week. It's a course vlog or something like that in. I do have some tournaments coming up, coming up, so I'm trying to prepare for those, but definitely need to get some practice in. Game is shaping up. Striking the ball really well, shaping it really well, and hopefully it translates into some lower scores. So if you haven't done so, hit the subscribe button, which you probably haven't done since this is my first video on this golf channel. I have done some other YouTube stuff in the past, but this is the first golf related video. So hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. It would mean a ton to me for you guys to kind of follow my journey as I try to improve my game and take it to the next level, which I really, really want to do. So again, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for some more videos just like this.